Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Popping the Popcorn. I'm your host, Katie, and today is Creators Corner with Flett's Movies and Pop Culture 13, Kyle, and Patrick is helping me co-host tonight. How are you guys doing tonight?
Doing well,
I'm
doing well.
I'm doing good, and thanks for the invite. This is gonna be a blast hanging out with you guys and hanging out with everyone in the chat. This is gonna be a blast. And thank you for inviting me for this, Katie. This is gonna be a fun time talking to you and asking amazing questions and just having a good old time.
And thank you for coming on and being a great friend, and you have great content over there. So if you guys have not followed Flett's Movies and Pop Culture or have Cheater Reveal, please go follow them because they make amazing content over there. And Kyle's been doing really good review interviews, not reviews, interviews with different film people and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about some other things, and it will be a great night. And happy Friday, everybody.
Yeah, thank you. And you're awesome, Katie. You know, it's amazing we're doing this 1 year later because it's exactly 1 year later when we first started talking. But
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
1 year we've been friends now, so it's amazing, and it's good to know
Well,
you too, Patrick.
Yeah, it's good to know you too, Kyle. I mean,
Yeah.
I enjoy your content, and I know a little bit about your backstory. Um, and looking forward to talking to you tonight. And
Same here.
yeah, the interview part too. I'm going to have to go over there and take a look at some of the people you've talked to, take some notes.
For sure, and I already got an interview ready on Tuesday. So,
oh, what's that interview? Can you say?
oh yeah, I can definitely say it's been confirmed. I'm interviewing Michael Perry. He's the production designer of It Follows, Hellfast, the recent Texas Chainsaw. He was also the art director, um, Stephen King's The Stand miniseries. So
Now,
that'd be a blast
Oh,
talking
that's
to him.
awesome.
And then I just want to mention one more interview on the 14th, interviewing Laura Marie Taylor, who is Vicky in Friday 13 Part 2. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, it's your night. You can promote anything you want, Kyle. And we have West in the chat, even though that he's live now. He wasn't earlier, but now he's live. Hi, West.
the Ice Lord.
Hi, Jason. Hi, HC HFC Paranormal. How you doing? Hi, bro. How you doing, Don? If you guys have not checked out Don, go check out Don. He's amazing. He's my bro from another mother. Hi, Val.
Hey,
The
Val, the
general,
general.
the general's in the chat, so y'all know to behave. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Mm.
Amazing people in the live chat.
Don said, "Woo woo, Kyle."
Hey, Don, and he's been. It's great to know him too because he's been supporting me, getting amazing comments from him on my videos.
And Val
I love.
saying, "Go ahead, Kyle."
I was just saying he. I was just saying he's been putting amazing comments in my videos, and I love what he's doing over there as well on his channel. So
Yeah, Don's awesome. Go follow Don if y'all have not followed Don. And Val saying a trio of amazing people on the screen. Thank you, Val.
and it's been amazing to get to know Val as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's been
Isn't
a
it?
year since I started talking to her on through the live chat and stuff.
I'm super psyched. I saw her latest short saying how many movies to get you spot, and that I actually managed to get it all right. Well, I had help. Uh, the cheetah sort of helped me out on that, but that was fun. There was like so many different movies. I was like, wow, did I get them all? And it's like, yeah, you did. Good fun.
Awesome. That's very cool. And hey, Cheetive.
Oh, okay. All right. That's right. I didn't hear the cheetah rock. So anyway, Kyle. So let's talk a little bit about you. The thing is, the one thing that caught my mind, and if you don't mind talking about it first off and everything, but
Yeah.
this is your second channel. You
Third channel, actually.
third channel. So what happened to the channels? How did you get to this point here?
Oh, well, so it was exactly 2 years ago in 2021 when I when I created my very first channel when I was Flett's House of Horror, and I was just starting off how every YouTube starts off, small, getting their strive out there, and just showing I always love my passion for movies, especially for horror, and I always wanted to talk about them. And then when I did my first live stream for my very first live stream ever was a watch party of Halloween 3. So when I started building my just keep throwing content out there, and then my audience started to build. So in November of 2021, I got hacked, and someone came in and just wasted all my videos, and so I had to get rid of that channel. So um but I had support. Good friend Dave McRae, voice man himself, want to give a shout out to him because he went on to his channel and give me a shout because Frank and Darren from Slar Lamb told him the situation. So he gave me a shout out on his channel and got me support, and that's when I came Flett's Libs. But then it happened again later on in 2022.
Was this you think it was the same person who did this?
It might have been, but I'm not sure. It might have been other people, but it happened the same thing again. So that's why I went to Return of the Living Flett. But then, not sure. I think somehow, some people were reporting my views, and I think I got hacked again for the third time. So that's why I'm Flett's Movies and Pop Culture 13. But since then, it hasn't happened then, and I have more better security with my channel now. It's been going great. One thing I'm never going to stop my passion is talking about movies, horror movies, anything on my channel. I love doing it, and I'm going to keep doing it. So, it hasn't stopped me from doing what I'm doing. So,
You must be changing your password like the first of every month.
yeah,
Password.
I'm just making sure it doesn't happen again, and so far it hasn't. And it's been
I heard about this and I was like totally perplexed. Like I've never seen anybody suffer a sustained attack on their channel like that before. I mean, I've heard of people, having it hacked and whatnot, but I never heard anybody, going after another creator like this. Was YouTube very helpful with it? Were you able to communicate with them and
for
tell
most
them
of the
what's
time,
going on?
YouTube never really communicated with me. I never really got back with them, and I always got bad feedback. They never really were that helpful.
Yeah, that's really a weakness for Google and YouTube in that
And
respect.
it seemed like it
Yeah.
was never other fellow YouTubers. It was just people
You,
who just don't do this kind of this stuff like we do. It just hate on YouTubers.
um, yeah, I was just wondering.
Yeah.
You said the second time someone was trying to get your channel shut down because of content. I've seen your content. Your content's
What are
they're
you
not
looking
going
for?
to they're not even going to bother with it. You make great content, and no one's
Yeah,
going to lose the channel over interviews.
no, and I don't
Yeah.
ever say any offensive in my videos ever, and or do anything offensive or anything I was just give my opinions on the movies I love, or do any kinds of subjects that I talk about, or my top whatever and rankings and all that, reviews, rankings, and interviews, all that.
Mhm.
So, but but thank goodness I always had amazing friends like you guys and amazing supporters, even bigger YouTubers than me that I supported me and helped me get through it, and I always kept my passion going. So
I don't know why they attack channels, JKS people. Some people just do.
they just get jealous because we're doing stuff
Yep.
that they can't do.
Mhm. Yep. I agree. So Kyle, what would you tell anybody if they were starting out on YouTube? What would you tell them?
I would tell them, as long as and this was for anything you would if it's YouTube or filmmaking or anything. I would say, if you start off small, don't worry about the numbers. Just post your first video, whatever you want to talk about. And even if you don't have even if you don't have, like the big equipment like we do, just start off the equipment you have and get yourself out there, get your voice, and just keep your passion going, and don't ever let anyone tell you. Just do what you want to do, and just go from there, and you will. And never worry about the numbers. So, and I
No,
think as long as you have passion, just do what you want to do. Start off small, whatever
Mhm.
you got, with just phone anything. Then later on, then get bigger equipment as you go.
Yeah, I agree with you. Um, so what kind of movies do you like to review? Do you like to do like what people tell you, or do you like to do your own?
I just love to do the movies that I just love from any genre, especially horror. All the
Hmm.
movies back here, I just love. I just talk about movies that I grew up watching and love today. And of course, a few people have definitely recommended
Hmm.
me some movies, and I have reviewed those as well. And I've been blessed. But
Hi,
no, I
Mike.
just hey Mike, I just definitely just
Hey,
love
Cassie.
reviewing. Hey Cassidy, I love reviewing all the movies that I just love that I think are just amazing movies.
Hey, Don or Val, can you send Patrick's? Can you send Kyle's link down in the chat, or Patrick, if you can grab it.
yeah, I'll go
Thank
grab
you
it.
guys for coming in. I really appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Hey, Jamie.
Yeah, thank you for all being here. You're all awesome.
You got and everybody can connect with everybody in the chat if you guys like. Welcome in. I appreciate it. Love you. Be careful. Sorry, Mark's going somewhere real quick.
Oh, okay.
Um. So Kyle, what's your favorite horror movie?
Man, so many of them. But I gotta say, because this is what got me into horror, was The Exorcist. Because I think, we had a lot of possession films, but I think The Exorcist is what got me into horror. I think the performances in that movie, and it really hit boundaries and tones that no one's ever done before, and it's definitely one of my favorites. But I got so many, but the Exorcist is definitely what got me started loving horror, and just the way it was
Mhm.
shot, the performances and everything.
Mhm.
And it's definitely because we had possessions movies a lot since then. But I think
Mhm.
because you can do a rated R film, but
Mhm.
if you're just doing it just to get a rated R, doesn't mean the movie is going to be great. There's a reason why The Exorcist was great, and how that movie came and benchmark in horror. So that's one of my favorites. But there's also how um Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street, th- those great movies.
Mhm.
I
But
I
also,
always thought, I always thought
oh,
that I think The Exorcist got a nice break. There's two movies I would sit there and say that probably helped The Exorcist get made, and probably the first would probably be Night of the Living Dead. I mean,
yeah,
um, and the other
Mhm.
one was Ira Levine's Rosemary's Baby, which was
Yeah.
a big hit, and
yeah,
and showed there was a audience that wanted to see supernatural horror. And then The Exorcist came out about 3 or 4 years later, and The Exorcist still holds up today. I am amazed how well that it looks today. It looks just as powerful today as it did when I first saw it when I was 14.
for sure. And besides what was going on with Linda Blair and Ella Bernstein's characters, I always thought, the way I always loved Jason Miller's arc in it, because how
Mhm.
what he's going through, and then of course
Mhm.
he has to deal with his mother, and then he was a former boxer, and then
Hi,
at,
Hops.
at the end, I just love how he just loses it at the end, and he just wants to just go toe to toe with, and even
Mhm.
though trying to save Reagan. So I thought this is phenomenal. But
Awesome, John. Thank you.
another amazing movie in the horror genre is American Werewolf in London. It's still my favorite werewolf film,
Mhm.
and that film, I just love how it was shot. despite John Landis' history after the fact, I still appreciate what
Mm-hmm.
American Werewolf London has done. Still my favorite werewolf transformation scene, and
Yeah.
just phenomenal. And it's because of that movie I got great friends with Slar Lamb, Frank and Darren, because they named their podcast after the pub in there, and their famous end lines, their closing lines is in the movie as well. So that's another, I hold that movie dear to my heart.
Nice.
Of course,
So uh, so
it didn't hurt
so
to. Oh, go
so
ahead.
what made you start your channel, Kyle?
You know, for a long time, I should have started a YouTube channel a long time ago, but I was bullied out of it. But a long time ago, I always wanted to find a platform to to get on and just discuss my passion for movies in general. It wasn't until 2020, 21 where I reignited that passion, and I met amazing friends because I seen my good friend James Grimm doing his stuff, and I met Good Real Hunting, um,
Mm-hmm.
and all those amazing people. So I thought, no, it's time for me to finally do this, and that's when I was like, I was given a few points where starting. I got to learn about StreamYard because I was like, I didn't know, how to do these type of streams. So I just thought, one day I just thought, there was amazing movies coming out in 2020 I enjoyed. So I thought, how about I just do a video on my phone? And that's where it just continued from there. So
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. And how do you set up your interviews with all the movie people you've been interviewing lately? Do you just message them, or how did you get that?
Hold
well,
on. Wait before you answer that. Let me get a notepad. I want to take notes on how to do this.
so you ready, Patrick?
I'm ready. I'm ready. I want to know all your secrets so I can get some.
Well, I usually, either try to email the publicist or the person themselves. So
Mm-hmm.
I get in contact with the right people, and either the publicist
Mm-hmm.
gives them my information to them, or gives them their email, their contact, or I can direct contact the people through the actual celebrity through email, and they email me back, and
Mm-hmm.
that's how I've been able to pull off these interviews a lot of the times.
That's awesome, and I'm so
Yeah,
proud of you, Kyle.
thank you, Katie. And you don't know until you ask these people, because
Hmm.
if you don't take the initiative to do
Right.
it, you never know if they're gonna come on or not. And most of the time, I've been blessed to, get to interview a lot of the people that I grew up, you know, in film.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Hobbs is right. Don't let anybody bully you. Killer will come out. If I see anybody bullying Kyle, Killer will come out. Do not want Killer to come out.
No, you don't want.
And Killer is fueled by a beer tonight, so you really don't want to get her fired up today.
No, that's not true.
A
But
lot
I'm
of
just
people in the
saying
Wait
community.
a minute, aren't
Lot,
you drinking it? Okay, I thought you had a brew there.
it was, but
Oh my God! See, that's it, Kyle. Batten down the hatches. Killer Katie coming out. Let's get that.
no, that's not true. No.
Mhm.
Um. So how did you so what is your favorite non-horror movie, Kyle?
favorite non-horror film. Um, man, I one of my favorite non-horror film is and it's a live action animated classic. It's what started it. It's Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I think
Oh, that's a great one.
that's definitely one of my all-time favorite ones. I just watched many times. I think it's the best one to ever do live action with, with animated, and
Mm-hmm.
it's the first time you ever get to see Mickey, but the only time you get to see Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny in the same scene together, and it's just amazing performance and very funny. And I always love the Roger Rabbit character It's hilarious. And then and then of course seeing the two ducks go head to head in that piano scene is very funny.
Mhm.
And there's so
Right.
many amazing moments in there, and it's just
Hmm.
amazing.
So, what's your favorite horror video game? Because I know you do that too sometimes on your channel.
Oh, right now, there's. Is it okay I name a few of them?
Yeah, of course. It's your night.
Uh,
You do whatever you feel.
um, I got so many amazing horror films. From Resident Evil. That's how one was very first board game I ever played because I know I love the zombie genre. So Resident Evil, Silent Hill. Um, but I always wanted to see my favorite horror IPs in video games, and I thought that was never going to happen until horror as multiplayer genre got made. I love the games like Dead by Daylight, which I always
Mhm.
appreciate what it has done for the genre. But I think if it was just Dead by Daylight, the Xbox multiplayer genre would be dead. But Friday
Mhm.
13th came in and changed that, and I love Friday 13th the game. It made me,
Mhm.
find a community besides you awesome people. I met my good friend Riley Floden from Slashcast through Friday 13 because he was streaming it at the time.
Mhm.
And then, of course, Evil Dead, the game, I love very, very much. And then now with Texas Chainsaw right now. But I think the answer from my top number one game, I think Till Dawn is just a
Mhm.
cinematic masterpiece because, if you make the wrong decisions, they all can
Right.
die or you can save everyone. Those are
Mhm.
some of my all-time favorite video games. I love horror and Alien Isolation because I love the original Alien, and to see that
Mhm.
into a game was phenomenal. Last of Us, you know, so many
That's
phenomenal
awesome.
horror games out there.
Where does
So,
where
how
does
is it?
where does Madden rank on your list?
Madden,
Yeah,
is that? Are we talking about the football games?
yeah.
Oh, I still there's a few Madden games that I love playing. Is Madden 05 from the PS2 era. Those
Okay.
are that's one of my favorite Madden games. I love Madden 07. Because I hold Madden dear to my heart because it's one of the few games that me and my dad when I was younger used to just play together, and it was awesome bonding time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite team to play with?
I played so many of them, but I always played my dad always liked the Dallas Cowboys. It's always been his. Even, um, I always played so many. I always played like um the Packers or um
Well,
who else would I play? I would play so many of the teams.
sort of like the Steelers, though, right? But you want to
Mhm.
give your dad, but you want to give your dad a chance. So you probably played, teams like the Browns or the Bengals. Make it sort of even.
Yeah, just depends. But I always used to do the certain play that it didn't matter who I would play as, I would still get it. But either
Well,
way, sometimes he would win, sometimes I would win. So
That's
Patrick, he's all the way up in Canada. So,
yeah,
yeah. I don't think they have a. I don't think they have the Canadian Football League. Did they ever make a Canadian Football League video
they
game?
never did I always wanted them to see it happen, but they never have done it.
so,
Yeah.
can you guys watch American football over
Oh,
there?
oh yeah, we do. We get American channels over here.
Okay. I
Yeah,
wasn't
because
sure. So that's why I
oh,
had to ask that. I wasn't sure.
all good.
We're
Yeah, we
we're
do.
we're in we're in Canada. Are you do you live in? I mean, what province?
Alberta,
Alberta.
Alberta,
He's
and I
he's
know.
kind of close to BC, kind of.
Hmm.
Yeah, where my city is definitely close to BC. If we can drive to Dawson, it would like take 3 or 4 hours to get there. Not that long far.
So he's on the same time zone as Echo and the Professor
Yep.
And I know our good friend Sarah is the
on
other
the other
side,
coast. Yeah, on
other
the other
coast.
side.
Yeah,
She's all the way up in what is it? Um can't think right
Probably,
now.
Nova
probably
Scotia or Newfoundland, one of the two.
Nova Scotia.
Nova.
She's all the way up
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
So she's an hour ahead of us, actually. It's interesting how all the different time zones are.
Yeah, all us fellow YouTubers are all on different time zones, but we make it usually work out for our streams
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yeah, we try to make it work out. So what was one of your best times with me that you've had?
With you, it's it's definitely been the streams. The our watch parties that we did when we first started
Mm-hmm.
doing. Those been amazing. Um, the tier ranking you had me on was just phenomenal,
Mm-hmm.
and it's always been every stream we have. All the streams we have done together, Katie, have been very, very special to me and been phenomenal fun times. And I appreciate everything we have done together.
Uh,
So,
I appreciate you too, and you're always welcome anytime.
you're welcome. So I can't just say when it's all the streams we have done together.
That's a good answer too.
Yeah.
So if you guys in the chat have any questions for Kyle, you can also ask questions as well.
I have a question for you. What's been your 5 favorite interviews that you've done?
Oh man. So my my number 5. Who am I? Number 5 was David Howard Fortin, who was Art the Clown, who was just phenomenal, dude. Number 4, Tom McLaughlin, the director of Fight Scene Part 6, was awesome. Number 3 was Tom Matthews. I got to interview. Number 2, Naomi Grossman, who was Pepper on American Horror Story.
Oh, that's awesome.
That was awesome meeting her. And then, of course, my number 1 interview was Dave Sheridan, Doofy.
Okay.
From Scary Movie.
I just watched it's funny, I just watched the movie that he just came out in. He had a cameo in it, but he was in it. A movie called Dying to Sleep. I just interviewed the cast of that movie. I actually forgot to ask him what it was like working with them.
And of course, my other interview with Sean Clark was just phenomenal as well. So.
And then you just had your interview with, wasn't it the original Ghostface or one of the Ghostfaces this week, right?
Yeah, the original Ghostface. Lee Waddell was awesome too. That was
there for
a blast. That was a blast.
That was a blast. You did a nice job too. That was a good interview.
Thanks. I was trying to figure out questions that he hasn't heard before.
Isn't that the challenge? Is that not the challenge, Kyle?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing is you try to, you done well. I mean, you know this, but when someone turns around and you're interviewing them and they look at you and they say, "That's a good question," then inside you're like, "Oh, it's sort of like a relief, isn't it? Like you asked a fresh question."
And especially you can also tell when when they're enjoying the interview with you, and I always get that vibe every time I interview with someone.
Don's asking Kyle, what is your recommendation for something to watch for Halloween?
2 recommendations if you haven't seen them. The movie Haunt. It's a slasher type film. These people.
Oh yeah, I love that movie, The Haunt, with the clown like masks or something.
Yeah, those 3 killers, wherever. It was a great haunted house slasher film, and of course, what else? If another movie that no one has seen, I don't think, is Play Dead. So this has got Jerry O'Connell and the sister from Strangers Prey at Night. I can't even figure her name at the moment. That was a great surprise. I do recommend that. And those are and then of course Hellfest is another one I recommend watching.
Oh yeah, I love Hellfest. Yeah. What do you like about Hellfest?
I think it's got a unique concept to it. I always wanted to see it. And I love that theme park type of theme. I think it's great. And at the end, I'm a little shocked by it. And I love the performances, the cast, and it's a killer that got away too, without spoiling it.
Do you want to know a fun fact about Hellfest? that was
Yeah.
actually done in Atlanta, at the Six Flags in Atlanta. And I guess apparently around Halloween time, they get all these different actors from their scare like thing that they do, and that's how Hellfest came about.
Awesome. That's very cool.
Is Halloween big in Canada? Is it really, really popular in
Oh,
Canada?
it is just as big as it is in the States.
Do you guys dress up?
Oh yeah. I always done since I was a kid, and I would still do it to this day.
Well, I'm gonna do a Halloween party, and everybody's welcome, and everybody has to dress.
Oh, you know I would dress up, Katie.
So it'll
Katie,
be it will be a
what are you gonna dress up as?
who me?
Yeah,
I'm gonna dress up as either Barbie or I'm gonna dress up as Tinkerbell, maybe.
not Oppenheimer, huh?
Really?
What?
Not Oppenheimer.
No.
Okay. Favorite Halloween costume that you've had on, Kyle, that you wore?
Oh, my favorite ever costume that I ever done, um, is when I dressed up as Freddy Krueger for Halloween. It was not the store bought. Someone actually did this did I did makeup on me, like because we have great people that do that over
Mm-hmm.
here, and there was someone that knows how to do practical, like really special effects makeup over here,
Mm-hmm.
and we did it one time, and I actually got dressed up as Freddy in the actual like makeup for Halloween one time.
That's really cool.
It was amazing.
Um, so what are some of your good memories from when you were little growing up in Canada? Do you guys have do you guys have like something like Thanksgiving like we do or anything like that?
Oh yes, because our Thanksgiving is in October and you guys is in November. So no, I always we there's been amazing family get-togethers I had over the years, and especially when my grandpa was still alive, and
Mm-hmm.
and there was a lot of amazing memories that I had with my friends on my family on Thanksgiving, and
Mm-hmm.
and there's a lot of memories I had over the years that definitely been amazing.
Mike B's asking, what about the Exorcist Believer?
Well, um, I will say this. So, the I don't think you're never gonna touch the first original Exorcist, but I think the second trailer was definitely better than the first. I'm definitely excited for it. I'm still cautious, but I think it'll be decent. I
Mm-hmm.
think, but I just have to see the film before I can give my proper opinion on. But I think it'll do decent. As long as because I know how mixed reception there is everybody on Devil's Green's Halloween trilogy, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm still excited for it. But I I think they'll do a decent job at least.
Mm-hmm. Patrick just asked, is Stu alive? Do you think Stu's alive, Kyle?
Yes, and
And
that's
what
not
makes you
just
think that?
well.
Matthew Lillard's schedule opened up.
No, I always thought this for a long time because there was a think about it. A lot of people have come back and they got way worse than that. So I think they can definitely work around with
Euthanasia.
Stu surviving that. And not just because he was coming back for Scream 3. I always thought, you know, there's a way they can work around this. And a lot of people have came back a lot worse than what Stu has gotten. So it's not like they cannot bring him back.
Hi, other Kyle. And he followed you on social media, he's saying.
Oh, okay.
Don, you're on the stew train?
It's, yeah. Looks like that's what he's doing, throwing up the stew train.
Yep.
Craig
Oh,
would be
you're good,
proud if he's
Kyle.
a good
Anybody
guy.
can answer it. And Kyle doesn't think no. He's saying no. And Don's saying stew. So
Yeah.
Don's on the stew train, I guess.
And I'm not just doing it just to make Steven proud.
Patrick, do you think Stu's alive?
No, I don't think he would be. I mean, if they hadn't have showed him being electrocuted by that, when the TV fallen, maybe so he would have survived. But they did show him being electrocuted, and that's what really.
That's why I was wondering how they're going to explain it when they were originally supposed to do it for Scream 3. Because that was the result.
I seen that. When we seen that death before, we seen most famously Gross Point Blank, and the same. That was probably the first time I ever saw the TV over in somebody's head, and it killed the bad guy in that movie. And I'm just like, it did there in Scream too. I mean, I think if they run it out, I do think honestly, I mean, as much as people want to see Stu back, I really believe that if you bring him back, you push the whole series into camp, and I don't think they want to do that.
And they need, and it needs to be executed properly if they do it.
I haven't,
1 second. I gotta get my charger. Hold on 1 second. My laptop's hold on.
Maybe if he had been in a coma all this time or something like that, maybe that's the way they could explain it, but then how did he wake up? And I don't know. I just, plus two, like I said, it's all about a schedule too. I see Nev Campbell's going to come back.
Well, I figured she was going to come back in a way.
Well, I figured she was going to come. I wasn't sure until because she did a pilot for ABC. A pilot, and it didn't get picked up. So as soon as I saw that, I'm going like, yeah, they'll bring her back. And I thought that they would bring her back in the end credits of the last movie, Scream 6. I thought there'd be a like a phone call or something like that where you see her. But
right. And for me, to bring her back, I do not want to see her die ever.
No,
because I think she needs to be one of the final girls that survives, especially a franchise final girl. And
I was really about that with Jamie Lee Curtis. I did not want to see Laurie Strode die at all. I just felt it would have been totally inappropriate. Anybody else around her could go, but Laurie Strode was a total a victim in the whole series, and just to have her die at the hands of a madman, it's just something inherently wrong with that.
Especially how they disrespected her in Howling Resurrection. How stupid that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
Because at least, and they shouldn't do it to Sydney. At least Sydney they let her be the one of the final girls that go into the sunset. And she can say that. Because
I couldn't find my charger at first.
Because they also did that to Rachel in Halloween, and I don't want to see that again.
Right. So if you could change any franchise, what franchise would you change?
If I can change any. Well, I would definitely change. I would definitely change the way Hellraiser has been handled.
Yeah.
Because I know Halloween definitely has a few problems, and there's a few installments I would change. But how the Hellraiser franchise, because the Hellraiser franchise started off with 2 great movies, Halloween 1 and 2, and I know there's fans of 3, but after that it started going off the rails. I think if I would change a lot of stuff and make Pinhead amazing again, and make the Hellraiser franchise just awesome. Because there's a lot of good stuff you could.
That final fight on part 2 was just. I
Yeah.
remember seeing that in the theater and just watching it, and just like you could hear the whole theater, the whole air went out of that whole crowd with that weak ass final fight in 2.
Yeah.
People just hated it so much. You know,
Yeah.
I still remember like 2 or 3 people going like, "That's some bullshit," because
Hmm.
it was so weak. It's just like
Yeah,
it. Um,
but
so
it come
I'm with you.
but when it comes to the other franchises, I'll doubt there's certain installments I would change for Halloween, Friday, and Nightmare.
Right.
So,
What age did you start watching movies at, or any kind of movie?
well, horror was 97. So, how old was I? Okay. Two. I was like 4 or 5 when I started watching horror.
That's awesome.
For
Did
Same
it
my
with
very,
get
my.
but
scared?
yeah, for movies, it was like just family movies. Movies in general was like 2 or 3, but horror was like 4 or 5. So,
Now, did you have brothers? Did you have
Hey, Joe.
older or younger brothers?
um, I'm the only. Well, I'll tell you this. So
Hey, Michelle.
I'll tell you this. So my dad was married to somebody else before, and my mom was married to someone else before. Um, so for my dad's previous marriage, and they both had bad people before they met each other. I have 3 half sisters from my dad's previous marriage. So I have never met them yet, but I am working
Mhm.
on a good relationship with my first older half sister. So, but otherwise, I am the only child just with my mom and dad. So,
That's awesome. You know. So, so do you? What's your favorite holiday? Do you have a favorite holiday?
oh man, since I was born in October, I love Halloween and
Mm-hmm.
Christmas. Those are my two main favorites. I'm always looking forward to.
Me too. It's always fun. When's your birthday?
October 13th, and this time it
Oh,
lands on and this time it lands on Friday the 13th.
Ooh.
awesome. So
If
we'll
someone
have to
offers,
do something fun for your birthday.
We
yeah,
definitely will have to plan
New
something.
York, if anybody offers to take you to New York, run the other way.
Well, Katie's went to Florida, so we'll just go to Florida.
Right? Um, Joe's saying that he's seen your interview with Danielle Harris. Pat.
Yes. Okay. The one that we did on the midnight hour that our friend
Mm-hmm.
Steven from the House of Horse set up for us. Um,
Cool. That's
do you
very
have
cool. I've been trying to get her on.
Oh, yeah, Steven caught lightning in a bottle with that one, and it was pretty damn exciting too. Um, Let me ask you another interview question. Do you have who are your 5 guests that if you could interview for a couple hours, what 5 guests would you like to talk to? Alive or dead?
Oh man, if it, well, my question for the dead one would it be Wes Craven? Definitely. I would have loved to interview, Vincent Price when he was if when or Donald Pleasance for the dead ones. But for alive, um, I still want to interview Nick Castle. That would be one of my number one favorite people to meet. Number 2, Danielle Harris, of course. Number 3, Felissa Rose. That's always been a work of mine, and Dave Sherman's helping me get that done.
Yeah,
Um,
like Felissa Rose would be really fun to talk to.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, um, um, non-horror director. I would always want to meet Martin Scorsese, interview him. Just,
Oh, I would
just
love to interview him. I'm
I
a
would
huge
love
Martin Scorsese fan.
same, especially about Goodfellas.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite movie of all time.
Oh yeah, we done a watch party to it. I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a watch party like 2 months ago to Goodfellas
Yeah,
because it was on Tubi. I think it still is. Um, so if you guys haven't seen Goodfellas, go watch it.
yeah. And then number 5, why am I blanking out the person's name? Sam Raimi would be another good one to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
What
Would
about
you
you,
talk to
Katie?
him about? Would you talk to him about his Living Dead series or Marvel or what? Or
All
all
of
of
them.
it?
All of it.
What would your first question be?
I would have to
You know
think
what? The
about.
reason I'm asking, because I know my first question would be to him is, why don't you make a comedy?
Mm-hmm.
That would be
And
my first question to Sam Raimi. Why don't you? It's in your blood. You've been sitting on this for 30 years. Why don't you go out there and make a comedy, a straight comedy?
especially for his love, like, classic comedies like Three Stooges and all
Hmm.
those other, those classic comedies from the Golden Age era.
I
He
never
would definitely
could,
make a good one.
I never could understand that because he has so much clout, especially after the
Mm-hmm.
first two Spider-Man movies. He has so much
Mm-hmm.
clout. He could have did any project that he wanted to do, and it just flabbergasted me. Like, why didn't he just get it out of his system
Especially he can
immediately?
do especially you can do a comedy with Bruce, and because Bruce is funny. So it's not like they
Yeah,
can't do a comedy together.
my name is Bruce wasn't funny.
Yeah, definitely
Oh,
was.
painful. I was
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
so I was embarrassed for him.
Right.
Yeah,
that was
unfortunately,
horrible.
yeah.
Uh, uh, how about you, Katie? What five guests would you like to interview?
Martin Scorsese, of course. Anybody? Christopher Nolan. I would want to
Yeah.
do him. Uh, I would want to do Walt Disney just to pick his brain. Um, Albert Einstein. I would do. I'd also do. I would also do Stephen Hawking, and I'd also want to. I'd also want to interview um Al Pacino just to just to rack his brain too. I think he would be cool to talk to.
Soul.
Yeah, he would
How
be.
about you, Patrick?
Yeah.
Um, my five guests. Right
Mm-hmm.
now, my number one would be Haley Bennett. Um,
Cool.
my second one would be Liam Gavin.
Mm-hmm.
He wrote and directed a Dark Song. I've been after that for years. Um, number three would be actually that's actually a good pick because now I think about it, I'm always have something to say about it. So yeah, I would love to talk to Sam Raimi. Uh, number four, I would like to talk to wow, that's a good question. Number four, I would like to talk to President Biden. And number five, I would like to talk to he directed he was a fighter pilot, Colonel Cesar Rodriguez. And that's who I like to talk to.
And you guys in the chat can also answer the question as well. Joe
Definitely.
saying I would want to interview Patrick Wilson, of course, David Harbour, Annie Donald from Megan, and the actress from The Nun.
Yeah, I would love to get Vera and Patrick on together.
Oh, Vera, yeah,
Oh yeah.
Vera, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
She's yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Patrick
I
Wilson is.
agree.
Because I love their
Mm-hmm.
performances as the Warrens in the Conjuring stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
their
mean,
movies in general.
Vera might be the number one working actress today, and she does so
Yeah.
many great
Wasn't
things.
she in Bates Motel too?
Yeah,
Yes. As the mother. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I would like to interview her about Bates Motel and Eddie Highmore. But a lot of people didn't know that Eddie Highmore was actually in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's where
You
he got his start.
know, now that just to continue the question who we want to interview, I always wanted to interview Gene Wilder. That would have
Oh
been
yeah, that would
awesome.
be cool.
He would have been.
Hey Steven. I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much
Hey,
for popping
Steven.
in and saying hi.
Another phenomenal friend that is just an awesome in the community that means so much to me, Steven. You are awesome. So
We love you, Steven.
we love you, Steven.
Yeah, that'll be one of my great guests would be to interview Steven, but that'll never happen for me. He always shoots me out of the saddle. But I've always wanted to talk to Steven. So I'm putting him on blast right here. Come over to 8 Questions with me and Kyle and let us interview you.
Interview Steven.
Kyle, what's your favorite Halloween candy?
Halloween candy.
Uh-oh.
One of my all-time favorite Halloween candy was, what the heck are those called? Those Kisses candy, the soft candy. They're called Kisses, but not like the chocolate Kisses. There's these Kisses candy. It's brown, but they're soft. Those ones.
So are they kind of like Tootsie Rolls or something?
They're like that, but in their own way, totally different.
Oh, okay. You'll have to send me some.
I will have to definitely, especially the soft
I want
ones.
to try that. I'll even try it if you send me. How about this? I'll send you some American candy, and you send me some Canadian candy, and we can
Deal.
do a live stream on it trying it.
Deal.
Does Canada allow? Do they allow? Do they allow like candies like candy corn to be sold in Canada, or you guys like ban that?
Oh no, we get candy corn over here.
Oh
It's
my!
every store.
I'm so sorry.
Do you guys get the autumn mix, or do you guys just get the regular candy corn?
Don't encourage it, Katie.
We get both.
The autumn mix, with the chocolate candy corn.
Yeah, we do get them as well. There's
Yeah.
certain stores though.
That's my favorite. I love the autumn mix. Steven would agree with me.
They are really good. It just certain stores here carry them. Not all of them. Otherwise, it's just the normal orange, yellow, white candy corn.
Yep, we get those too. See? Told you.
Yeah,
Steven would agree with me.
they are awesome.
That's
Patrick
terrible.
don't like it.
I just can't do a candy corn. Like sweetened earwax.
It always
Dean
makes
said,
me.
heck yeah.
It always makes
Have a
me
good
laugh.
night. Have a good night, Joseph.
It always
Thank
makes
you
me
for stopping
laugh.
by.
There's that one scene in Bug's Life where the caterpillars, oh, candy corn, and then the flies protect it.
Right. What is your favorite kind of candy? Do you have a favorite kind?
All-time favorite candy. I'll have to come back to you on that.
Okay. What's your favorite season? Like fall, winter, spring, summer? What's your favorite season?
Summer's always been my favorite season.
What's the weather like up there in the summertime?
It is, well, for most part, it's either warm or hot, but this summer's actually been really just warm. And
Yeah,
hasn't really stormed
frozen
or rained
Milky
much.
Way bars are good. What is a Carmelo? Never had that.
That's good.
What the heck
But
is that?
I do love the fall weather as well, though.
I like fall weather. Well, here in
Especially-
Florida, we don't get leaves changed or anything. I don't know what the
especially-
heck Carmelo is. What the heck is that?
It's
Is that
basically
that chocolate like roll thing?
no, it's a candy bar, but inside it's filled with caramel, and you can break it off into like 5 pieces.
I don't think I've had that.
It's a lot.
I
Well,
don't-
it's a lot. Well, just maybe you could trade in your candy corn for a Carmelo.
I'm gonna see if they have it on there, and I'll do a short maybe of me eating a Carmelo. Never. I don't. Mark, do we have Carmelos here? What is it?
Candy
I
chat.
never had
Candy chat 101.
Mark's saying we have it here.
Oh.
I don't think that's so. I don't know.
I as I got older, I started freezing candy, like like Milky Way bars. You freeze them, and man, it just like it always lasted a lot longer because you have to. Yeah.
You know, one of my favorite chocolate bars has always been the Ariel Mint. So.
Oh yeah, I like those.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is, Patrick?
Oh, Steven's saying he knows what a Carmelo is. See, milk chocolate with soft caramel in the middle, and you can tell right now Steven's like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's
Right?
too bad.
They're messy but delicious. My favorite's Milky
Wow.
Way. I love Milky Ways. But when I go to the fair, I always get a deep fried Twinkie, and always a deep fried Snickers.
Nice. What fair do you go to?
So down here in Florida, it's called the South Florida Fair, and it's like a big like fair. I don't go on the fair rides because I don't trust them, but I go to the fair and eat all the food.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Uh, what do you think about the new Exorcist coming up, Kyle? What do you got any
Yeah.
opinions on it? Are we gonna is it gonna be? Do you think bring in legacy characters will hurt it or help it, or should they start off with a brand new slate?
You know, you know, you know, you know. To me, I think there was no need for the Exorcist trilogy because
Yeah.
I don't think really need a sequel to the Exorcist. But since we're getting the one anyway, the only reason why Ellen Bernstein came back because she never wanted to come back for this, but she did it for a reason so the money can go to a certain charity wherever.
Okay.
Linda was on set. We um um don't know if she actually did or anything or not. So we'll find out in the. I think they're keeping that a secret if she did. But I think if you do it right and did not just make it like any possession movie that we have seen the last 10 years
Hmm.
and take point and make I think if you make a really good Exorcist movie and learn from the first one, you can definitely make it a good one. It just depends how they're going to do this trilogy in Next Believer. So because the second trailer looked decent, so I'm still excited to see what they're going to do with it, just how they execute it.
Well, I know they ran it through test audiences, and the test audience were just crushing it. So they had to take it back to formula, so to speak. And
Yeah.
Hmm.
yeah, um,
Is there any movies you're looking forward to the rest of the year? Any anticipated movies for the rest of the year?
Um, I'm definitely looking forward to Saw, the new Saw film. Um, I'm definitely excited for Five Nights at Freddy's because I'm a huge fan of that of the
I heard
video.
I heard that that's going to Peacock.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I haven't heard anything about it, but I seen the trailer and it looked really interesting.
Especially, Matthew Lillard's supposed to be the villain in it. And I always been a fan of the games. I know we had Willy's Wonderland, but I would like to see how they execute this. Especially,
Hmm.
I played the games many times.
Uh,
I can't
have
remember what else
you
is coming up in October.
what else is coming out?
Yeah,
oh, that's a good.
Oh,
Oh,
my
thank you.
mind is.
The new Eli Roth movie's coming out Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Um,
Thank you, Don, for putting Steven's channel out there.
Especially,
Wait,
Especially, you don't want to miss what Steven's got coming up here soon. In a few days, actually. So,
you want to
what?
tell them, Kyle?
oh, I might as well. It's because Steven's already announced it. So because he's already interviewing the director of the Killer Book Club on Saturday, but I think his biggest interview, he's got amazing interviews coming. But Christopher Landon on September 11th, that
Hmm.
was
Yeah.
just phenomenal. So and
Oh yeah, if you guys haven't seen Killer Book Club, I highly recommend you guys go check that out. It's on Netflix and it's a who done it.
it's definitely one of the best recommendations that anyone has ever given me. And I got a lot of amazing recommendations over the years. So,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
heard Steven already mentioned. Yeah, the rule. The golden rule though already. About interviewing. I heard Steven mention it in his stream. Like he's gonna get Christopher Landon, but at the same time he can't talk about Scream 7.
which I
No.
think I
Right.
think though this will build a good relationship. So later down the road, once the strike is done, then I think Steven can able to get him back on and talk Scream.
You
Right.
know how that goes. So every actor or director you talk to, they have upcoming projects come on. My
Yeah,
rule is if it's not in the IMDb, I don't talk about it. I don't let my guests talk about it because I don't want to get them in trouble.
yeah,
There's so many NDAs out there. and it's real easy for them to say something a little bit too much, and they could get in trouble. So you try not to,
Right.
everybody's going to ask. You already know everybody's going to be sitting there asking. And it's like you can sit there and tell them till they're blue in the face. Like you can talk to him about anything you want to. Talk about his dad. Talk about his dad. Talk about his dad had a
Yeah,
tremendous legacy,
yeah,
or
because
or the but you can't talk about that. And of course,
what that's why because with H45 convention coming, um, that was for them it's different because most of them are not even SAG actors for the most part, and
Right.
Halloween is an old film, so they can still talk about that. It's just the newer projects they can't. So, and
right?
I think H45 is definitely could be the most important Halloween convention because after that, if they ever do one in 5 years again, a lot of them, I think we might not have a lot of them because Tom Atkins is in his 80s,
Yeah, I
and
heard Tom Atkins is he's going deaf.
Charles Cypress just told Sean this might be his Sean Clark, who's helping organize this with Trancas and all that. Told this might be his last.
Do you
So,
guys get cons up there? Do you get to go
oh
to
yeah,
cons?
yes we do because we have a Grand Con that's been started for the second year in my city. There's a big horror con in Calgary, Alberta. There's a con in Toronto. So there's cons in Canada to certain places.
Do you
But
go to some of them?
I'm going to start trying to go to some of them because this year I went to my very first con ever, and I got to meet Rose McGowan. She signed my Scream Blu-ray,
That's
and
awesome.
got to meet rest in legend Bret Hart too, he was one of the nicest people we got to meet there, and of course Ryan Hurst of Sons of Anarchy was there.
I like to meet him. He'd be a good person to talk to.
Yeah.
He's such an interesting character, and you remember this, Katie, because you're a Disney fan too. But um, gosh, we did remember the Titans,
Oh, that's
and
such a good
so
movie.
such a great movie.
And his dad was on Dukes of Hazzard, so, as
Uh, uh
Cletus, or
right, right,
yeah.
and yeah, his dad ran for Congress, if I'm not mistaken, and won. I think he
Yeah.
served for a term or two. Um, Yeah, and then he did the Remember the Titans and all clean cut, and then he did We Were Soldiers, we were young, we were soldiers and young, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
then you see him on Sons of Anarchy, and you don't even recognize him. It's like that's wow. He really
Mm-hmm.
took to the
Opie's
role.
definitely hit hard for a lot of people. That, especially the ones that were
Mm-hmm.
working with him.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It was an interesting show. There's a lot of fanboy casting in that series. I mean, ton of fanboy casting. He had Charlie Hunnam, of course, from King Arthur, and of course Pacific Rim. He had Hellboy was in there.
Well, yeah,
Um,
because he already had a lot of them were established actors already. Because he had Ron Perlman in there,
Mm-hmm.
and
Tommy Flanagan was in there, and he was in
Boone
Gladiator.
Jr. How you say his
Mm-hmm.
first name?
Junior Mark Boone
Mark
Jr.
Boone Jr. Yeah, because
He was
and a
in
lot of
that.
them actually ride bikes. A few of them, anyway, and a lot of them had to learn.
hmm But it was
And
just
then
cool seeing
Kim
how many.
Coates.
Yeah, Kim Coates. Yep, yep. Kim Coates. From I think the most infamous moment for Kim Coates, honestly, of all the movies I remember, that scene where in Open Range, where they said, Kevin Costner says, was that you who killed our friend? And I'm just sitting there, even to this day, I watch that scene, and I'm going like, what would possess you to turn your head from a man walking towards you? And
Right.
he goes, I tried, I killed the boy, and he turns his head away, and Kevin Costner's
Mm-hmm.
just pulling leather already, and then he just turns around and he goes, bloop. It's like,
Do you
well,
need to go, Kyle?
Oh no, we're good.
Oh, okay. I just want to make sure.
yeah.
Yeah. So everything's good.
So what's your favorite Disney movie? Do you have a favorite one?
Uh-oh.
Man, there's a lot of them, but especially the classics. But I think one of my favorite Disney movies, and my dad took me to the Jan Theater that's no longer here anymore, is Emperor's New Groove.
Oh,
That
I
Disney
love
film.
Emperor's New Groove. He's showing Cats from Outer Space. We did that on Sunday for Sci-Fi Sunday.
I haven't watched that in a very long time.
Kyle, I'll have to have you on one Sunday for Sci-Fi Sunday if you would like.
That's
For
right.
sure.
That's right. You guys
But
can do that darn. You guys can do that darn cat.
but no, Emperor's New Groove, it came out at the post Disney Renaissance that was going on there. And David Spade, John Goodman. One of my favorite scenes is when they're at the restaurant, and Cusco's saying all that stuff to that chef. So when Kronk finally gets in there, he's like, "That's it. You want your special order? Do it yourself. I quit. I try and try." And he puts all that food into his thing.
Yeah,
And Kronk ends up being the
that's
chef.
a funny scene. Emperor's New Groove is actually a very underrated Disney movie. If y'all have not seen it, I highly recommend you check it out.
Unfortunately, we don't have the one to voice Yzma anymore. Why do we even have that leather?
Right? Pull the Kronk lever and then goes,
on leather, Kronk.
Yep. What's your favorite comedy? Do you have a favorite comedy?
Oh, it's man, there's so many amazing comedies, but I do love Airplane.
No.
Airplane? I don't know if I've seen that one.
Excuse me, stewardess. I speak jive.
Who was in that one?
That was Leave with the Beaver's mom.
Leslie Nielsen was in it.
Yep.
But I also love Trains, Planes, and Automobiles too, which we did
That's a good one.
Watch party to it last year.
Yeah, I'm gonna redo that again. So if y'all want to come,
I'll come back on for that. And then
I think it's a Thanksgiving tradition. We have to watch it.
It is at this point.
Shirley, you must be joking. No, I'm not, and don't call me Shirley.
Right.
Who are your 5 favorite screen queens?
Screen queens. Neve Campbell, of course. Sidney Prescott. Of course, Jamie Lee Curtis. Number 3. Heather Langenkamp, I think, just phenomenal as Nancy. Number 4. Scrovie Weather in Alien. I always thought she was phenomenal. Number 5, I think there's another underrated found of screen queens. I can't remember what the 5th person is. Those are my top 4 though.
It's tough.
It is
because I'm just trying to think because I know it's a name I know, but it's not coming on my memory at the moment. So.
You know what? It'll come to you later, and you'll be like, "Oh, that's who it was."
I'll be texting you.
Yeah.
Now I remember after the stream's over.
Yeah, contact
what was
Katie,
that, Patrick?
Contact Katie about in a couple hours. Say fire back up the stream. I got the answer.
You can leave it in the comments section below if you want.
I'll be messaging you later. This is what I remember,
okay.
Kate.
That's fine. So what's your favorite? Like, do you like werewolves, vampires better, zombies? What do you like better?
Well, I love all 3, but I always thought, werewolf movies were werewolves. I always thought were always a unique concept, especially that you can make. So there's so many different looks you can make werewolves, and always thought how amazing werewolves looked and how they act, and you can't get away from werewolf. Zombies, I always thought what George Romero did was always amazing, but I think it's more terrifying with zombies when they're running at you. You have nowhere to go. When they're slow, you can easily just walk away from them.
Yeah, right. But they have such overwhelming numbers, though.
Yeah, especially.
That's to me. I think it's just when they're slowly walking towards you and they're unstoppable, and it's just, they just keep
when they keep closer to you. Yeah.
And it's like I think with a running zombie, you will be overwhelmed so fast you probably wouldn't even really have time to really react. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
as far as that goes, but terrifying is when they walk. But
And then
Dawn of the remake, the Dawn of the Dead remake, though, they did that one right. That was pretty good.
yeah, they had to.
Mhm.
I love that it didn't copy the original because both original and Dawn of the Dead are totally different movies in general.
Right.
And I always love vampires too because I always like Bela Lugosi's vampire because
Mhm.
vampire can make themselves look like a normal person. You don't know when they're going to
Mhm.
get you, sunk your blood, and especially when Christopher Lee played him as well. It's just
Right.
incredible.
Who's your favorite? Um. Who's your favorite? Uh. Don saying his vote is for Frankenwolf.
Frankenwolf. That'd be quite a movie.
What's your favorite Universal monster? Do you have a favorite one?
Oh man, I always love I always loved um who's the one that played the Wolf Man? What's his name?
Lon Chaney.
Lon Chaney Jr. I always loved the Wolf Man. But I always loved Frankenstein. I think The Bride of Frankenstein is one of the best sequels of all time. And
It is.
definitely is. And
Frankenstein was always of all the monsters. I mean, it was almost like he was the one that was most victimized.
Mhm.
He didn't have a choice in anything.
I have them all on Blu-ray. It's like a steel collection all in one.
Nah,
Like the
Oh, that's really
Frankenstein, the
cool.
Mummy, the Werewolf, Invisible Man. So
That's really cool.
the Creature of Black Lagoon is very cool too.
Yeah, that's my favorite Universal monster is the creature from Black Lagoon.
I actually thought the best performance I saw from a Universal monster, and a lot of people will probably laugh at this, but to me, I thought it was the most human. Was
Mhm.
I loved how I like the portrayal in Van Helsing,
Oh yeah.
the
That was
Frankenstein.
I
good.
actually love that series, The Van
Oh my
Helsing.
God,
I actually
he was amazing. He was just amazing.
Mhm.
And I always loved the fact, when Abbott Costello did their stuff with Frankenstein and how and Mummy and all that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Very funny stuff.
yeah, that was really fun. Sort of,
Uh,
Mhm.
it's sort of smart though that they did that. One because Abbott Costello were really popular at the time, but
but
now if you have young kids and you want to break them into monsters,
Mhm.
sometimes not necessarily a bad thing to introduce them in a comedy like that. So the first time they see him,
Mhm.
they're not exactly scared of him afterward.
Right. Mhm.
So I always thought those movies were a lot of fun perfect for kids to watch them and get a good yuck out
Mhm.
of it.
and
Yeah.
I always owe the first two Halloweens because the first Halloween made me love the thing from another world because it always showed on TV when the young Tommy and Lindsay would watch it with
Mhm.
Lori. That's how it got me to know that movie. And of course, when Halloween 2, when he appears behind Mrs. Elrod, that's how I got to know Night of the Living Dead. That's how I found about that movie. So, and that's how I love the genre sense.
Mhm. Are you a Adams Family person or the Munsters
Adams,
person?
Adams Family. But I do love the old Monsters TV show though.
Or did you? I like them both. I can't decide. I can never decide.
Yeah, you made it tough. So I do like Adams, but I do love both, Katie.
Well, I have to try to catch you off guard somehow.
You did. You had to make me think. It's like choosing.
Hey, that's what happens. That's what these interviews are for, to catch you off guard.
And they're fun. I love it.
What's your favorite Martin Scorsese movie?
Um, right now it's The Irishman.
That one's a good one.
I do love it. I know it's long, but
Oh
it
yeah,
is phenomenal performances though, and that's probably the last
Mhm.
time you ever see a mobster movie done that way.
yeah. It
That
was
and that's tough story.
some of it was a little painful to watch though. Seeing De Niro trying to kick somebody, and you're like, that guy looks like if he looks like he could kick a hole in a bag, and yet here he is trying to curb stomp somebody. It was
I
just
know.
like,
Yeah, you're supposed to be playing that
Mhm.
character, and it didn't bother me, but I did notice it. But I was like, I can move past that. But Al
Right.
Pacino was maybe it was supposed to be a serious movie, but there was sometimes the way Al Pacino acted as
I
Hoffa
think he,
was funny as hell.
Mhm.
I think they sort of all knew that, like I've heard a long in the tooth, but it's so long that it's dragging on the ground, and
Yep.
so you know, it was a good effort, but I think part of it was because the cast was so old that a lot of people just,
Yeah.
as I all I
Yeah,
read about when I read about the reviews about it, every single reviewer was commenting how they look like 80-year-old men, watching 80-year-old men trying to be tough and kick
Mhm.
somebody and beat up somebody. They just took them right out of the movie.
I thought Joe Pesci did a phenomenal job because he played those crazy mobsters in the world, and he tried
Yeah,
something
he
different in
does.
the Scorsese film, especially in
Joe
Goodfellas.
Pesci's Joe Pesci's good at playing those crazy mobster people.
And he's one of the and it seems like one of the nicest people to meet.
And it was so funny. The first time I seen Home Alone, like I didn't realize that was Joe Pesci.
And you can tell he was trying not to swear in that movie
Yeah, I know.
especially when he especially.
Mhm.
But Scorsese always made amazing movies, especially Raising Bull, Goodfellas, Casino, The
Mhm.
Departed as well.
Mhm. What's your favorite Batman movie? Do you have a favorite one?
Batman '89.
That's a good one.
I I,
Yeah,
I like the I went with Batman Begins. I really liked Christian Bale's take on it.
yeah, and I
Mhm.
always loved The Dark Knight. Dark Knight comes close with Batman
Mhm.
'89. It's not just because Heath Ledger. I think that whole movie was just phenomenal.
I agree. Um, I wish they would bring back. Um, I wish they would bring back the Riddler. I do like Jim Carrey's Riddler, and the one that most people don't like. I do like his Riddler, but I wish they would bring him back just to see him like back on the screen again.
For sure. It's
Jim
because
Carrey
that's the
retired, didn't he?
Huh?
Didn't Jim Carrey retire? Isn't he? And isn't he just doing
not
comedians?
yet in a way.
I
There
know.
was
I know he
No,
talks.
was
he
doing.
hasn't.
Okay.
Mm-mm. No, but I'm just saying his Riddler was like more towards the Riddler. But I'm saying like the only time that we've seen the Riddler is in the TV show, the Gotham TV show,
hmm
and we
Yeah, they
see the
had.
Penguin and the Riddler.
I would love to see a new live version of the Riddler.
Yeah,
Me too.
I didn't like the version from the new Batman. I didn't like that at all. Look, I didn't like the Penguin look either.
And I always thought, you know, Dan DeVito did an awesome Penguin.
Yes,
Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
it was great.
Mhm.
And in the Batman Begins, how disappointing Batman and Robin was. Christopher Nolan brought back Batman back, and
Mhm.
Begins is a really amazing, like an origin story. I
Yeah,
thought.
Mhm.
one of the best.
I
Origin
thought it was
stories. Origin stories are the hardest.
what I was gonna say. I thought it was a better choice. That they took out Katie Holmes and put in Jake Gyllenhaal's sister Maggie
Maggie,
Gyllenhaal
yeah,
as a. I think she's a better actress for those
I
Batman
I
movies.
thought she was better, even more better as Rachel in Dark Knight.
Mhm.
So Katie Holmes did hold her own, though. I mean, she did
She
hold her
did.
own. I think she surprised a lot of people with her performance. I don't think
Mhm.
people really, but Katie Holmes, when she gets the right material, she's really good.
Yeah, she
I don't
is.
know if you
I
guys
liked her
ever
in
saw a
Agreed.
Dawson's
movie.
Creek. She was really good in Dawson's Creek.
There's a movie that she did called The Gift with Keanu Reeves.
Yes,
And,
that's a
that's a
good one.
really good movie.
That is a good one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
And then
No,
she did.
I don't have anything against Katie Holmes. I just think as Rachel, I liked her as Rachel, but I just think Maggie Gyllenhaal did a better job.
Yeah, she was good in Batman Begins, but for the Dark Knight as Rachel, Maggie even did even better.
Mhm. Who's your
Um,
favorite Joker?
Joker, um, it's a coin toss between Jack Nicholson and Ledger because they're both different,
I can do the last
Mhm.
one though.
but um,
Phenomenal.
they're both phenomenal. I think because Jack Nicholson was just phenomenal at that role in a way for '89.
Yeah, he actually
Mhm.
didn't do too bad of a job. I mean, he seemed to be having fun doing it, which is,
I also I was
I
gonna say I
also
also like Caesar Romero too.
I do love that too because we
me.
had this channel TV Land, and that's how I got to watch it. The Adam West series.
You know,
Caesar Romero was
Mhm.
great too.
Do you
I think
like
they're all.
Joaquin Phoenix Joker?
I really I thought a Joker is the story that was told. I
Hmm.
thought his Joker was unique and different, and I thought his performance was what was phenomenal for he was told to do.
but it's not a.
Um,
It's an off. It's an Elseworld story.
yeah, it's an off story, but I
Yeah,
Hmm.
think the story that was told, he did a phenomenal job what he was able to do in that movie.
I just hope they
I
don't
like
come out
the
with the second one. They're saying how they're going to make the second one into a musical. I think that'll be a train wreck if they do that.
What about you,
hmm
Katie?
I liked his performance in it. I liked the bus scene where he's smiling at the kid. I thought that was like I was like, what the heck? And they said that he had to do a whole bunch of takes for that because he couldn't stop laughing. Him and the kid couldn't stop laughing. Um,
Yeah,
but I thought his version of the Joker is really good. Um, each of the people that play the Joker, they put their own unique spin on it. So
yeah,
that's why I like it. And Joker is one of my favorite characters besides the Riddler and Poison Ivy.
it definitely
But
is.
um, I do not. I like Jared Leto. I love Jared Leto, but I did not like his version of the
I
Joker
didn't
in the
like his
Suicide Squad.
Joker either.
And then,
And my favorite part of Suicide Squad was Harley Quinn
Mm-hmm. I
because
agree with you.
yeah, Margot
But
Robbie was Margot Robbie was
yes.
really cute for the live action, and then Kaylee Kyoko,
Mm-hmm.
oh, for
she was
that
really
the
good.
more
Yeah,
like
she was
Oh,
awesome
mature,
in the
Coco.
animated
yeah,
one.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, I love Jared Leto because he does such great movies and he's a good singer. But his Joker, I was like, what the heck?
because he was I think was he in Urban Legend?
Yes,
Yeah, okay, yeah, I like
he was
Urban Legend.
also he was
Yeah.
also in Panic Room with Kristen Stewart. He was the bad guy.
Kristen Stewart, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Oh my God, it's funny. It's like
Um,
I'm not the biggest Kristen Stewart fan, but I think I probably have over half her work.
It's just to me after a while her I just
she
don't
has
know a
the
lot of
same
her movies.
face.
Yeah,
She has the same face in
Yeah,
every movie.
I
yeah.
agree.
She doesn't even have two faces. She just has one face. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, even if you want,
But
if
you,
they let's make Kristen Stewart into Two Face for for a new look for a Batman. You couldn't do
mm-hmm.
it because she doesn't have two faces. She just has the one.
Aaron
Right?
Eckhart did a phenomenal job as Two Face in the Dark Knight
Yes.
Yeah, he
with
did.
the scenes that he was able to do because he wasn't on screen as much, but what he did was phenomenal.
Well,
Especially
he
when
Aaron
he
was doing
says,
He's
another
one of the most
project at
working
the
actors.
time.
"I always love the scene where he's with what's his name, Eric Roberts' character in the car, and he says,
Hmm.
'You're a lucky man, but he ain't who your driver.'"
I thought Killian Murphy played a pretty good
Scarecrow,
Scarecrow.
he was phenomenal. Scarecrow. He's been
And
working with
then
Nolan
in
ever
Dark
since.
Rises, and then the Dark Knight Rises, you see him being like the judge of the town or something after Arkham like left all the like bad guys out. You see him, and I'm like, what the heck is he doing?
Death by Exile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just out of nowhere, he's doing
Mm-hmm.
that.
And he was like the judge or something. It's like, what the heck's going on? And then and then you see like he's like trying to get Batman. He's trying to like put Batman in justice. It was funny.
Yeah,
Um so do you what was I gonna say? I forgot now. I hate when that um so do you like superhero movies?
I do. I do like superhero movies when they're done right. I just think now they need to scale back a little bit because I think they're
Mm-hmm.
doing too much of it, and then they're forgetting what makes a good superhero movie, especially DC and Marvel right now. And I do
Mm-hmm.
want to see them succeed. It's just I think DC started off awesome with Man of Steel, but they started to rush the story, then jumped into Batman vs Superman too quickly. I think they need to build their way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Batman vs Superman. That was a train
Don't get
wreck.
me started. I was gonna say, don't get me started on talking about Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor. Don't get
I
me
definitely
on
wasn't going to bring that up.
Well,
Don't get me.
yeah, DC just has a really, they just have a really, they just have bad luck when it comes down.
They need to remember why they're DC, because they don't try to be Marvel. They need to be, DC's more like darker tone. Detective Comics. They need to remember why they're.
That they
I was
needed
gonna
to
say
do
the
is
new
not
Flash.
dumping James Gunn in. They ought to just turn over their live action films over to the people who make the animated ones, because they get them all right. The animated movies are just beyond amazing.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say the Flash wasn't bad,
It
and the
wasn't bad,
first
yeah.
Wonder Woman wasn't bad.
Oh, the second one though, good lord! I
The
really
second
like
one, I was
I
like,
really like to know who signed
I
off
never
on
watched the
that.
second one ever.
Oh, I'd like to know who signed off on
"You
that
okay?
script.
Were you? Is
The
Patrick
Buckeye?
and Kyle? Are you sleeping?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, Mark's in there. Sorry, Marsha just woke up.
Uh-oh, are we keeping her up?
No,
Is she all
she's saying
right?
hi, Patrick. Hi, Kyle.
Okay.
Hello.
Is she all right?
Yeah, she's okay. She's right here.
Okay.
I'm really sick.
Yeah, she's sick.
I'm sorry.
So is Mark.
Well, I hope they both get better.
Me too. I am. Hold on one second.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, I'm trying to think of I'm just. Did you see Justice League Dark: The Apocalypse War?
I haven't yet, but I heard it was really good.
That is everything the Avengers Endgame should have been. That movie was phenomenal. It's so phenomenal. It's amazing.
Yeah, after Endgame, Marvel's kind of been mixed and on their stuff. There's only been a few good movies they've done, because No Way Home with the 3 Spider-Mans.
I thought the Doctor Strange, or the Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. I thought that was interesting. It was an interesting movie.
It was definitely like Evil Dead, and his Evil Dead with, because there was the book at the beginning. You can definitely tell it was Sam Raimi. It was like his Evil Dead, Scarlet Witch type film.
Yeah, his version of the Illuminati was interesting. I thought it was interesting how they portrayed Black Bolt. He was sort of like a smirk in his face, and whereas in the comics he's so serious, and he's absolutely terrified to say anything. He could destroy a planet with his voice. Yeah, it was interesting how and I liked John Krasinski. He looked great as Mr. Fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
If they ever do a
he did.
Fantastic Four, if they do a Fantastic Four, I could definitely see him playing Reed Richards.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Sure.
I didn't like the one with Miles Teller in it, Michael B. Jordan.
Nobody else did either.
Me either.
Oh Lord, I don't know what they're
And the girl
thinking.
from Transcendent, what's her face?
Kate Bosworth, I think, was in it.
Yeah,
Ugh.
her. Kate Mara.
Was it Kate Mara? Oh, Kate, was it Mara? Rooney Mara? Or Kate
Yeah,
Mara?
it was Kate Mara.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah. Either one of them, Rooney or no.
I mean, like, I prefer the Chris Evans Fantastic Four.
Carrie.
He got Johnny Storm down perfect. That was Johnny Storm to a T.
Hey, Care.
Another phenomenal friend that means so much to me. We love you, Carrie. You're awesome, an amazing content creator, amazing friend. So.
Well, she's the only Care Bear in the community.
Yep. And it's already been a year for her since I known her, because I met Katie and Carrie at the same time. So.
Nobody can go. That's my partner in crime. So you can't have one without the other.
That's right. I gotta have you both. So
yeah.
There's no Care Bear without Katie.
Nope.
What did she say?
She's trying a
I'm
new
trying
series.
out a new series. One of my favorite TV shows. Trying out some commentary for this show. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What show is that?
What series?
What's wrong?
Watch it
You
be
want me to
Care
open
Bears.
it for you?
Watch it be Care Bears.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
I would have to check out if she said, "Oh, I'm doing Care Bears."
Are you okay?
Uh,
I'm sorry.
Oh,
Buffy
Buffy.
the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
You have chocolate too.
Oh, you're doing that TV show. I love that. I love Buffy the Vampire Slayer back in the day. I used to watch it too.
I was always an Angel fan.
Me
But
too. I love
I
Buffy
do
too.
Carrie says no, she's not doing Care Bears. But I would think that'd be
don't care.
I think you do Care Bears.
Are you a Star Trek fan or a Star Wars fan, Kyle?
Serious questions now.
Star Wars. But I do like Star Trek. Some of the movies they've done.
I like them too. I like both.
They're both. But yeah, the Star Wars. If we're gonna answer that question, Star Wars. But yeah, there's some really good stuff in Star Trek as well.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys in the chat have any questions for Kyle?
How about you, Carrie? You got a question? If you're still here.
Oh, she's still here.
I'm the 3 Care Bear.
Well, she's gonna do 7 seasons of Buffy. Wow,
Mhm.
that's dedication right there.
Now that would be fun to talk about. That just go down.
I love Buffy though. That's
Just
what made Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yep.
I never was a Sarah Michelle Gellar fan ever.
She said, "I'm present." Well, you're not a Sarah Jessica Parker fan either.
I love Allison Hannigan though. Played Willow. I thought she's so cute.
Yeah, she's really good.
Really
Favorite
cute.
80s comedy. You know she's gonna ask that.
Oh, I knew she was gonna ask that. I told her to ask a question anyway. So, favorite 80s comedy.
Wait, you told her to ask that question?
No, I just told her just to ask a question, but I knew she was gonna ask something like
that. Just go with MASH. You'll be all right.
Or is this like movies comedy or sitcom?
I think she means movies.
I think
movies.
Oh.
I do love Caddyshack from the 80s.
That's good. Mine's The Breakfast Club. I love The Breakfast Club. Pretty in Pink.
Kind of Wonderful.
16 Candles. I love anything John Hughes.
That's Cocoon's Vacation. I think that's Porky's. 80s, right? Or is that 70s? Porky's, yeah.
Animal House.
Christmas
Animal
Vacation.
House. I love what movies. Why not? What's your favorite 80s sitcom? Do you have a favorite 80s sitcom?
What was from the 80s? I know Three's Company was in the 70s. I would have said that, but that was in the 70s already. The heck, it's in the 80s. I'm trying to think which movie sitcoms I love that are in the 80s.
Leah Thompson did Back to the Future.
I do love Back to the Future trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the third Back to the Future.
The first two I enjoy more than the third one.
I thought the third one was. I thought the second one is a lot more serious than people realize. That one has some heart to it.
Mm-hmm. The third one I don't like.
I was surprised to see how dark it goes.
A lot of people like the third one. Hot take. I do not like the third Back to the Future.
I don't understand that. Where'd you learn how to shoot like that?
Oh, I got an 80s sitcom for now. I can answer that question now. The Golden Girls from the 80s.
Oh, that's
yeah,
cute.
I love the Golden Girls.
I love because all four of the cast.
What about Empty Nest though? I like the Golden Girls, but not the Golden Palace.
Golden Palace was definitely more of a letdown. Step backwards.
Yeah, but I like Empty Nest.
Mark just said he watched some Halloween RV thing by Eli Roth. I don't know. He's playing the RV. I guess he's playing the virtual reality, the Oculus or however you say that thing, in the other room.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I love the Golden Girls too.
Yeah, it's a phenomenal show, and it was just
Golden
hilarious.
Girls.
Mhm. Well, the first one actually was really. There's a lot of shows that spun off soap, a ton of shows.
Mm-hmm.
See,
Yeah, the
what are
Golden Girls. Those
Golden
are
Girls
really
has
huge marshmallows. No, I'm good.
Golden Girls definitely has a funny pilot, especially when
Mm-hmm.
Sophia walks in
No problem, Michelle.
and says, "Hey, nothing's going wrong, but the home burned down. How did you get
Mm-hmm.
here? I hitched, Ma."
Yeah.
And then she's like, I drove a cab. We should have called. I need
I think
$67 for the cab. Well,
I
the
think
home's only
I'm
a few minutes away from here. 14
my
minutes.
personality. I think is Betty White's character. That's my personality.
And Carrie would be?
I thought it'd be more like
Family Matters.
I thought it was Estelle Getty's
Oh,
myself.
okay.
What's that one? I used to watch this one show. It would come on at Nick and Night. It was, I don't know if it was the 80s, but it had Robin Williams in it, and he was like an alien or something.
Oh,
Oh,
Mork and Mindy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he auditioned putting his head straight into the sofa like that. And that just came part of the
Are
character.
you okay? Okay. Yeah, Family Matters. I love Steve.
Did I do that?
Yeah. Family Ties. I used to watch that too. Swiss Family Robinson. I used to watch that.
Oh, yeah,
Night
Night
Court.
Court
Oh, I
and
love
Chin.
Night Court and Cheers.
Yeah,
well.
which spawned Fraser in the 90s.
Don says, scary.
Don, I can think of so many different dirty jokes right now.
Mm-hmm.
Step by Step. Yeah, I like that one. Seinfeld. Oh, me, Golden Girls. I'm Dorothy, I think. Yeah, you are Dorothy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Betty White's character. Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld.
Care Bear would be. Do you think Care Bear would be Rube McCallahan's character? Yeah, that'd be. Yeah, he would definitely be Rube McCallahan's character.
You always catch him, Fave. Who's the boss? Pop Master saying, "Who's the boss?" Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, there's so many amazing sitcoms from the 70s, 80s, and 90s.
I used to watch The Partridge Family,
Silver Spoons,
and The Brady Bunch, and
yeah, Happy Days. I love too.
Yeah, that's all. That's you, Care Bear. You're definitely a Blanche.
Mr. Leave It to Beaver, or something like that.
Just saying all those shows. Television is definitely not like it used to be.
No, it's not. Three Stooges. I used to watch that too.
I always liked the Jackie Gleason show too. I wasn't born when it
Lassie.
was,
I used to watch Lassie.
Lassie, yeah.
Hobbs is asking, what do you guys like on your tacos and burritos? Would you substitute cabbage instead of lettuce? I do not like cabbage, so I would just eat the meat and cheese.
No, cabbage is not going anywhere near my burritos.
To me, I always just do the salsa and cheese and the meat. So
that's like asking. That's like asking
a hybrid. Yes, you are, Care.
That's
Hi,
like
Zach. Welcome, guys. If you guys have not followed Zach's Attack reviews, please go follow him. He will be on Creators Corner on Monday. We will be recording it, so so you guys go check him out. Married with Children, yeah, I love that show. Do you guys like chili cheese burritos? Yeah, those are good.
I never had them.
Yeah,
wait,
no cabbage.
You guys don't have chili over there, do you?
We do have chili. I just never had chili cheese burritos, though.
No cabbage near my burrito.
Zach saying top 3 movies of the year. What are your top 3 movies of the year?
Well,
Brightwood, The Glass Table, and wow. I'd actually probably go with. I don't know. I have to go see what the third one is. But there is a third one. Probably Consecration. Probably right now. But Brightwood for sure is my number one.
Um,
Echo mentioned tonight that he prefers cabbage instead of lettuce in his Mexican.
Yeah.
Uh,
No,
uh,
thank you.
Echo's not. He's not operating with a full battery. I don't know any Mexicans that
Um.
have cabbage on their burritos or tacos
Mhm.
ever.
So my top three movies, because I've only seen a couple this year because I don't really go to the movie theater that often. So I'd have to say Ninja Turtles, the cartoon one. I would have to say The Little Mermaid because I did watch that. And I would have to say Smile. Did that come out this year or last year?
last year.
I don't even know. Um but I guess those two just because I haven't really gone to the movies.
For
Thank you,
me,
Perry. Yes, please go follow Zach. He's amazing and he does really good reviews. And I'm surprised he's not at 1,000 people because he does such good reviews. He's
for
only
m-
at like 6 something.
we need to help him get to 100.
He's at like 623, but I'm surprised he's not at like 1,000.
Oh, okay.
Ew, I don't even like stuffed cabbage. Nope. No, thank you.
You know,
Unhappily ever
because
after.
I'm
I can like
almost a
I could do a top 10 for the year. That I could
because
do.
mine was I do love Scream 6, Evil Dead Rise, and then the Super Mario Bros. Movie. I thought it was
Oh
really
yeah, I
good.
did see Super Mario's brother, so I can say that one.
I
And
thought that
Evil
was
Dead's
really good.
Rise, I did see that one.
Mhm.
Popping the popcorn, I'm curious about Ninja Turtles. I do have a review of Ninja Turtles. It is on my channel if you want to go check that out, Popmaster. But it was so good. I enjoyed it. They had a different take on it, and Patrick will get mad because his least favorite actor that he loves actually wrote it.
I think that sucks.
I will say this too. I did enjoy the Ninja Turtle Mutant Mayhem. The animation was phenomenal. The voice acting was great. And it was just
Mhm.
a really amazing Turtles movie.
Zach's saying he loves a top 10. Zach, what were your favorite movies of the year?
Top
Wait,
10.
Oh, you're welcome.
Zach says that Bo is Afraid is one of the top movies.
Is Across the Spider-Verse. I have not seen that yet, but I can't wait.
Neither.
And Carrie's saying I can't do a top 3.
I have to
And
wait till the end of the
then
year to really do a top 10.
Reiner, and then Bo is Afraid. I have not seen Reiner or however you say that. And then Bo
Oppenheimer.
is Afraid. Oh, my review got you interested? Yeah, it's a really good movie. I really like the take that they did on the Ninja Turtles because it's a different take and a different approach than like the ones from like the 90s did and everything.
Yeah.
And the only bad thing is this one didn't have Shredder, but that's okay. It had all the other characters. But I really enjoyed it.
I also enjoyed John Wick 4 this year as well.
Hi Bones, I still have to watch that.
Yeah, I want to see Sisu. That looks
Yeah.
absolutely bonkers.
I haven't seen that either.
I've been wanting to see that
Yeah, we're wanting to see that one too.
Mm-hmm.
because I know it's on
And
physical media now.
Zach's a big A24 fan, by the way.
A24 has done some amazing stuff over the years.
They've done some overrated stuff over the years.
Well, that too, but
Yeah.
And then Carrie.
was there balls talk in the chat?
Y'all are just going crazy now. No, because when you get Dawn and Carrie together, all heck's gonna break her loose.
Mhm.
Good.
And Carrie's an A24 film fan.
I am too.
Yeah. Yeah. Carrie's on that bandwagon so quick that she still got red. She still got paint on her butt from jumping on that bandwagon.
Mm-hmm.
And well,
do.
if you put me and Carrie in a watch party, it won't take long either to go off the rails.
Yeah. Don't put Kyle, me, and Carrie together because it will go off the rails.
It will go off the rails, but it's a lot of fun.
What, you don't like good ball talk? So do you like A24 films, Kyle?
I do. And
What's your
there's been
favorite?
Man, it's not a horror film, but the one of them that comes to mind is Uncut Gems that Adam Sandler did.
I haven't seen that one.
I thought he did a phenomenal job as that performance. It's a messed up ending. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's a messed up ending. But what else is A24 they've done? The recent one that came out that was a good horror film.
Yeah, Talk to Me.
Talk to Me was really good.
Yeah, they picked that up. See, they
That's
didn't produce
surprised.
that. They just picked that one up. That was already
Okay, but it was still a good one either way.
Yeah,
I thought.
I'll give them that. I'll give them credit for that one.
That gave him anxiety, but it was
It
great.
does. And you can see why, but it's great, but it gives you anxiety. You're like, what?
I liked Hereditary. Patrick doesn't like that movie, but I liked Hereditary. I liked Everything Everywhere All at Once.
That was a good one. Yeah.
I liked mid-90s. I also like the Ring or whatever that movie is called. Yeah.
There's some really
Spring
good.
Breakers. I like Spring Breakers as well.
Films. There's a Cut Bank that was really, really good, and my favorite A24 film is the movie called Remember.
Saying Everything Everywhere All at Once is his favorite movie.
I thought The Lighthouse was pretty good too. The one with William Dafoe.
Yeah, Bones, you were the one that got me hooked to mid-90s. Hereditary is
I think now I heard Pearl's much better movie, but see, like X, I thought that was overrated. Hereditary, oh Lord, you said you want to talk to Al Pacino to be able to talk to Al Pacino. Well, you might as well just talk to Toni Collette too, because she was doing her Al Pacino all through Hereditary. Gabriel Byrne didn't get to do anything.
Mine too, Zach. Mine too.
Oh, just no.
Mm-hmm.
The Lighthouse is a beautiful Christmas movie. I would
he's saying X is overrated as well. He's agreeing with you.
Yeah, I would recommend if you like The Lighthouse, I would recommend watching a movie called Cold Skin. That was really good.
The Lighthouse is good. I like that one too.
Same.
And then Rob's saying, "Don't mind if I do."
Yeah, watch it with your family.
But I did like Pearl better than X.
I will say that too. I did like Pearl better than X.
Yeah, everybody, and the same thing with the Green Knight. Everybody was talking about the Green Knight this, Green Knight that, but they walked out when it came out. Afterwards, nobody talked about it.
I haven't seen the Green Knight.
They all went and saw it, and they all nobody said anything after it. It was like, it was all right, but they're all hyping up. Everything gets all hyped up. A24, and a lot of times it just doesn't deliver.
I have not seen Green Knight. You should check that one out, Care. And she's saying I love X and Pearl for different reasons. I do too. Carrie, I was joking. It's a nightmare fuel. Y'all are silly.
You guys are awesome.
I do like the scene in X where the one girl's in the water, and the way that Ty West had that like scene was really, really neat. How they had him on like the river or the lake or whatever they were on. That was a really cool scene. But it was really, really interesting to see Jenna Ortega in that role and Brittany Snow in that kind of role too. And
especially I haven't seen her since the Prom Night remake. That was my first time I've seen her in a movie since then.
She's been on a couple of different things, Brittany Snow. She's mostly in the doing TV shows.
Oh, okay.
She did this one with the Ashley Tisdale and her, and it has Dennis Quaid in it. It's a Netflix Christmas like special thing with Dennis Quaid in it. And they're like sisters or something, and it was like a Christmas special that came out last year. The Monsters.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely
Yeah.
curious to see where they go with Maxine, where Ty West goes with Maxine. That'd be interesting.
Carrie saying X is 70s TCM raunchy horror. Pearl is morbid, whimsical. Wizard of Oz meets Misery. I love it.
Yeah, that definitely. If you turn
Mm-hmm.
Wizard of Oz into a horror film,
Well, technically, Wizard of Oz is technically a horror film.
yeah, just more like a more dark.
Mm-hmm. See, Patrick's showing Patrick has more A24 films.
How many do you have in total?
Too many.
The
I think
Lighthouse
I have
is
like
too weird.
I think I have like 40, 45.
Hey Eric, how you doing? If you guys haven't gone to check out Two Boys and Their Pops or Rob's Vintage Videos, go check them out. They're awesome. And go check
They're
out
definitely.
Carrie Crave Cinema and go check
But
out Night
the
Owl.
monster,
Hey,
the
Eric.
monster's really good, and of course Saint Maud. Yeah, these two I liked very much. The monster and Saint Maud.
I haven't
Though
seen either one of those.
Saint Maud is a more of a it's more psychological drama than it is like a straight horror film. But it's a good movie.
I like psychological thrillers though.
I don't know if it was a thriller. I thought it was more of a character study more than anything else.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
Some of those psychological thrillers actually scare me more than horror movies, to be honest.
yeah, they can be. They can. I mean, I'm trying to. I'm when they're done right, they can be very very effective.
Agreed, 100%.
I didn't like Hereditary either. Rob's saying.
Yeah, Hereditary is way overrated. Horror, just terrible, terrible ending. Terrible. Tony Collette was so over the top. Gabriel Byrne didn't have anything to do. It's just I just didn't like it.
I have not seen those, Eric.
Oh.
I will check them out. I'll put them on the list.
Yeah, Pacific Heist.
And
That's
I
the one
will
with
put.
Michael Keaton. I think Michael Keaton plays a rabbit cop. I think in that one, and Cape Fear. That was with Robert De Niro, but that they remade that, and it was originally Robert Mitchum.
I'll put them on the list, and that way I will, when I review it, I will tag you in it, Eric. I have not seen those. There's a lot of movies that I have not seen. It's so little time. There's like so much to watch and so little time.
I have seen so much, and there's still a lot I need to see. But I've seen a lot.
Are you trying? You're gonna do like a 31 Days of Halloween? I'm trying it again. It's my
I'm
second
thinking
time.
because I never have done it. I'm thinking I might do that.
I'm not doing that.
I have to do mine.
I might do
now.
but I'm thinking of doing something else special for Halloween. So I'm gonna let Katie know.
I'm not. No, I'm not gonna try to do the 31 days.
I'm not either. So I'm probably thinking I might do something, but something
just because
special
you can't do repeats. What happens if next year I forget what I watched this year and then I do it again next year?
Well, that's why you make a playlist, so you don't do that.
No, I'm good.
I won't do the 31, but I'll do something special at least for the October. So.
I'm good. But yeah, I'll check it out, and Eric, I'll put your channel down below so that way people could check it out. I have not seen that. Just like I sent Patrick, this was like a year ago. I sent Patrick a movie that he's never seen. Didn't I, Patrick?
Yeah, which one did you send me? I know you. I think I reviewed it. Oh no, you did. Well, you also sent me. You sent me a Hallmark too. Remember that?
I sent you the Page Master, and you never seen it.
Yeah, I still got to do that. I still got to do Page Master.
And that's one of the rarest Gene movies.
And you sent me the Veil trilogy too.
Yeah, have you seen those yet?
Yeah, you and I reviewed them.
Yep.
I don't know if Hallmark has released the second one yet.
They haven't.
Yeah,
because I keep looking on Amazon so I could send it to you.
Yeah, I don't think they put them all together. I think they only released the first one. I haven't seen the second two been released yet. There's this guy there's a channel on YouTube. The guy that's all he specializes. He specializes in showing what's coming up. So I'll always watch it because he always includes the Hallmark movies coming out. and
Mhm.
I saw him show the first of the sequel, but that's been it.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
hoping Christmas. I'm hoping Christmas. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're Hallmark fans. That's right.
nice.
Kyle, do you like Hallmark or no?
I do.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah,
That's it. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, how could you be Canadian and not? And because I mean, pretty much
They film a lot of them
they're
there.
all made in Canada.
definitely. Yeah, and then we have a Hallmark channel. We definitely will have watched a lot of them. So.
Yeah, a
Hmm.
lot of them. My friend, he actually sent pictures. They were filming a Hallmark movie. He lives in Winnipeg, and or Winnipeg, however you say that.
Did you say
And at the
Winnipeg?
mall, yeah,
So cute.
and at the mall there, they were filming a Christmas movie a few months ago.
Winnipeg.
Yeah, I have watched a lot of those Hallmark Christmas
Oh yeah,
movies.
Rob's from Canada too.
Nice.
Rob, what part of Canada are you from?
Well,
There's like so many people all around the world that you meet from doing this. It's amazing.
yeah.
Spread the love of Hallmark. Oh, Montreal. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so okay. Quebec.
Yeah.
I didn't even know. I wish I would have known you back then, like a year ago, Rob, because I was an hour away from there. I lived in
Right.
Plattsburgh, New York, and I was like an hour away from there.
Wow.
I used to work at a Walgreens up there, and I was like literally at the border. Um, what is it? Single white female Katie is good too. I haven't seen that.
That's a
Is
good
that a
one.
comedy or something?
Oh no, it's a suspense with
Come on,
Bridget
kid.
Fonda. Bridget Fonda. I forgot who the other girl. Jennifer
I'm
Jason Leigh.
multitasking, but not doing it very well. You're funny, Carrie.
You can do it,
Um,
Carrie. Come on.
I just watched this new Jane Fonda movie yesterday, but it wasn't really good. It was called Going On or Moving On or something like that. It
Yeah,
wasn't
that's
very good.
definitely not one of her great ones.
Mm-mm. No. But I did like 80 for Brady. Have you all seen that one yet?
I
Oh, that
haven't, but I haven't
80s
watched
for
it.
Brady. That was a fun one.
It's a stalker movie. Okay, yeah, I like those type of movies. I'm a
What
loner, a Dottie, a rebel. I liked my favorite stalker movie was with Al, I think it was Al Pacino and Robin Williams, Insomnia. Or my or is that the I know Robin Williams is in it, but I really liked it.
is
Or no, it was a Val Kilmer. I don't even know.
because I remember when Ron Williams did a 1 hour photo. That was quite the
Oh
film.
yeah. I'm trying to download a video, talk to you guys, and also on another stream talking in the chat as well. Who's streaming?
Yeah,
Okay.
what stream are you on, Carrie?
Yeah, she's on the Care Bear stream.
No, it wasn't 1 hour photo, but that was a good one though. And I
Yeah.
do like Death to the Smoochie that he did too.
And Ron Williams was also great in Christopher Nolan's first film I ever seen was Insomnia with Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
great movie. You know what's funny?
Mhm.
I got to ask this question. So in that movie, it was funny. I've seen that movie about 15 times, right? So I'm
Oh,
sitting there
okay.
watching. I'm watching it again, and the scene where they're looking at the first girl, the girl who died, and they're talking about it,
Mhm.
and then you see Al Pacino walk, and as he's
Mhm.
walking by her, he reaches out his hand and he barely touches her hair.
Oh
Oh
yeah.
wow.
And I never saw that scene before. I never picked up on that. And then once I did, I'm going like, oh, I just have to ask, was that planned or not? And it was not planned. That was not into the
Mhm.
script. It was just Al being Al, and he touched Crystal Lowell's hair.
No
I thought it
worries,
was
Michelle.
yeah, that's a great scene, a great scene.
One of my favorite action thrillers is The French Connection because that's one of my
Mhm.
favorite chase car scenes.
That was really good. No one's allowed to touch your hair. I'm gonna touch it, Carrie, just because you said that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna touch it.
I say you just say you always put the fur backwards.
She's gonna make 3 wishes when she
You're supposed
touches
to
your
put
hair.
fur like this, right?
Just kidding.
But you gotta go
Oh,
up there.
no
You gotta
problem,
ruffle.
Jason.
Yeah, you gotta ruffle
It's all
Care
good,
Bear's Care Bear's fur.
All right, guys.
Jason.
We've been going for 2 hours, and I gotta get up in the morning. Kyle, do you have anything going on your channel?
So tomorrow you can tomorrow on my channel be doing our top Friday 13th moments with Nick Cooling from the Movie Ranker. We go from each movie. We're gonna discuss our favorite moments from each movie. Of course, on the 12th, like I mentioned earlier, bringing on Michael Perry, the production designer of It Follows, Hellfest, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 22, interviewing him. And then, of course, I'm doing 2 streams on that Thursday. In the afternoon, interviewing Laura Marie Taylor, who's Vicky in Fright Scene Part 2. Later that night, bringing on Jason from Backtrack Cinema, discussing our top 10 action fillers. And stay tuned for other amazing stuff that I got in the works that I think people will really enjoy. So,
Patrick, you have anything going on in your channel this week?
Yeah, I got on the 12th, I have Doug and Ava Pottersfield coming over, and they're gonna play music on Tuesday, and I'm gonna catch up with them on 13th on Wednesday. I'm interviewing Hall of Fame director Bryn Pryor. Um, some of you might know him underneath his professional name, Eli Cross. He'll be with us on Wednesday the 8th at 8 o'clock, and then next Thursday will be film director, screenwriter Joe Leone. He's got a brand new film called Breakup Mountain that's coming out on Bayview Entertainment, and I'll be talking to him and the cast of the movie on the 14th.
And then Zach has one more question. What's your favorite part of streaming? My favorite part of streaming is connecting with more people that love movies and connecting with the audience and you guys asking questions as well.
connecting with the people that you bring on, like this, what we're doing right now, and the people in the live chat, the best thing about live streaming, just have fun and we all just respect each other's opinions, and we just have a blast talking about what we love talking about.
And then Two Boys and Their Scary Pop, Eric says, what is your favorite thing to kick off Halloween and fall season? Pumpkin spice everything?
Especially get the Halloween decorations and stuff.
I get pumped up for the spectacular kicking off on October 1st.
And then this, I'm going to break stuff. And then this really cool book that I picked up of ghost stories of where I live.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm going to be doing it on my channel because I can get news clippings and articles and stuff. So this is all the haunting places, and I might go to the places. And this is like all the haunting places. I might be able to go to a few of them and take pictures. If not, then there'll be like video clips of them. And I thought this would be fun to do.
That's very cool. Awesome. So where did you get that book from, though?
I got it from Walgreens.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like the cover of the book. Very awesome.
Yeah. And so there's like all different kinds of like different like ghost stories and like paranormal like stuff that happens. Like here we have a devil's tree.
Okay.
And this cop basically killed these women, and I think he might have hung them there or something. I haven't read that story yet, but it's a very interesting like story.
Nice.
And this is what the tree looks like.
Cool. And I love how it's in black and white and how it's drawn. That's whoever done that did an amazing job. How it looks.
I think it's an actual photo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's an actual photo.
Oh.
Author's collection. Yeah, it's an actual photo.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So this week, tomorrow, I will probably have my live action Little Mermaid review coming out, plus Sunday will be Sci-Fi Sunday. I haven't thought of a movie to do for Sci-Fi Sunday, but also on Sunday at 3 p.m. I will have Ryan the Dragon Guy on for Creators Corner. And then we'll be back at 8:30 with Sledgehammer Horror for Creators Corner. And then Monday's Disney review. I don't know what I'm reviewing yet. Tuesday is whatever I think I feel like. And then Wednesday I will be back with director Michael James Menard, or however you say his last name. I'm bad with last names.
Menard.
And we will be talking to him about his movies, about his movie Why
You
Should Have Killed Me, which is a mobster movie. And it's a really good movie if you have not checked it out. I don't know if it's released yet. It's a Bayview Entertainment movie. Patrick, is it released yet or no?
Yeah, it got released on the 22nd of August.
On where?
Everywhere. Video. I'm not sure about the Blu-ray yet, but it got released on video services. So places you go to watch streams.
And
It's a fun movie.
As always, go support my friend Jake. He does Clay Zombies. Go check that out on Tubi. It's an amazing. And look for that. Look for that on my new Halloween extravaganza intro here soon. You can also go check out the intro if you guys like. I posted that, so go check that out because Clay Zombies is awesome. And that's the first time.
I was surprised you didn't name that as one of your top 3 of the year.
It is one of my top 3.
But you didn't say that earlier.
10. It's one of my top 10.
And Katie, if you ever want to do a sci-fi movie, I would definitely love to do that with you, and then also review a Disney movie with you as well.
Sure, we can do that.
Yeah, but you just can't do this one though.
Definitely not.
And Eric saying, be sure to share out Katie's channel as on the road to 1K, and I'm 52 away.
And I'm also at 358, so I'm not that far from 400.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, I thought I was. The things that I went through, I thought I was never gonna make it to where I made it.
Yeah, guys, go check out Kyle and connect with everybody in the chat. And so I will see you guys on Sunday. Tomorrow, look out for the Little Mermaid review that will be coming up, the live action. And I did not like the CGI in it, so that's going to be fun. And go check out my latest review. What?
Katie's dropping the hammer on the Little Mermaid.
Go check out my latest review of Sweetie Todd. If you guys like musical and the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, go check that out with Johnny Depp. I really like that movie, so I hope everybody has an amazing weekend, and thank you, Eric. And I hope you guys have a great week. And also, Zach will be on my channel, but it's going to be recorded. And Zach Attack Reviews. And go check him out. We will have a Creators Corner, so it will be up probably Tuesday or even Monday night. So I hope everybody has an amazing week. And I love you all. And follow everybody on the panel. Bye, everybody.
Have a good night, everyone.